at that table. What would be your expectations into that meeting?
Well, thank you very much. We had written to the minister earlier on, or the president earlier on, and then he had asked us to meet the minister. So we were at the minister, and I know a report sent back to the. So from the police, we will bring back all the issues that made it an important. We believe things that were should all break. For us, as the statement, we see what President, what the miles would be, is that towards the resolution of what kind of house would all be able to get. Yeah, what the last, what are that the eldest time before we get it. They just would want to hear the solution.
Dr. Shibea, we're losing you there. I mean, the last bit of your conversation we didn't hear. Could you reposition yourself and then...
So, can you hear me now?
Yes.
So I was saying that definitely we would be asking for what the clear milestones towards the dealing with this cancer and what the timeline those milestones are. We would also ask what the things that would be before it starts. So for us, it's still overnight, and it's clear that state of emergency ought to be done. We were up saying that asking about statistics, asking arrest, which whose land guarantee at confiscate land, arrest physically expressed by that actually wanted will be asked.
Make my expertise available to inform current debate about Galamsey. And so I want to humbly state that I do this with passion, not to spite people, but I have seen the ravages of cancer. I have seen the effect of what this toxicity can do to people. And if you tell me there are families out there who are suffering on account of this, and you will see in the presentation that Samson has done that. So first of all, there are a lot of models about cancer. We've got logistic, regressional models, several models. WHO, EPA, FDA, I'm talking about the US parallels of what we have in Ghana, use this model that I'm going to use to explain the prevalence of this exposure and how it affects all of us. The first one is that there is what we refer to as the single hit model of carcinogenesis. Now, the core principle is that a single molecular hit to a DNA from a genotoxic agent can initiate cancer. Okay, a single exposure to, and I'm using arsenic.
A single molecular hit.
Exactly.
To your DNA.
Yes. Yes. A single one. Now, there's a mathematical model here I would have shown, but it's not projected. I've given it to the producer. So
yes, I'm sure they're working on it. Production, kindly project this quickly for us.
Yes.
Go on. You just go on us.
So exposure, therefore, is directly proportional to the dose with a non-zero threshold. Okay. The second point is that arsenic binds to sulfhydryl groups and substitutes phosphates in the DNA. That's because arsenic and phosphorus have similar properties, chemical properties. So that is where it begins to attack. It induces oxidative stress. For example, some DNA strands can break. There are different forms of that breakages or mutation that can occur. And so when it happens on a gene suppressor, for example, TP53 or KRAS, then it can easily escalate into a permanent mutation. it can easily escalate into a permanent mutation. On account of that, for genotoxins, we prefer not to have any benchmark. We don't have any threshold on account of that. So that is, if a toxicant, a contaminant is a genotoxin, then it is not supposed to have a regulatory threshold. So all attempts, we use what we call as low as possible, as low as practicable, in order to reduce it. That is because a single molecule is likely to induce carcinogenesis. Now, at the population level, a lot of, as for Bangladesh and Taiwan, those countries, this theory or this model has been validated. And so we refer to it as the linear risk because exposure to the toxicant is linear. The more you are exposed to it, the higher the mutagenicity or the incidence of cancer is likely to occur. For the case of arsenic, you have skin, bladder, lungs. There is a continuous risk. And so this model is also referred to as linear non-threshold model. Linear non-threshold model.
Professional cleaners hate this less than 60 pounds gadget because it does their 500 pounds job in seconds.
We have what we refer to as potency factor. All toxicants, especially genotoxic substances, have a potency factor, and values are given to them. So we multiply the potency factor by the exposure exposure level in order to quantify the magnitude of risk according to US, EPA, EFSA, WHO standards. Now, the policy implication is that there should be, as far as possible, a zero exposure. What it means is that every single exposure is likely to escalate the risk that any person is exposed to. Now, we did a study in the Volta region, KGB, and published it, and we had some interesting. I use this as an example because it is supposed from the listening I have done that in the Volta region there is no galamsey.
Right.
So we went to the place and picked up some baby food samples. And Charlie, look at what we are seeing.
In Volta.
Okay, in the Volta region, KGB, we picked, I don't want to mention the brand name so that we will destroy people's business. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to inform the debate. And the argument here is that, look, you may not be in a galamsey zone, but the food supply chain runs throughout the whole country. So if you are in Accra, you source your food from a galamsey area because we don't do intensive agriculture, so to speak.
You refer to KGB in the Uti region?
Yeah, yes. The food, we have the pockets where galamsey is hotspotted are the very pockets that we have high agricultural productivity. So we have our wholesalers and bulkers going to these rural areas to bring food for those of us in the urban centers to eat. And that is where you are not spared. If you are in Accra, you are in Kumasi, or you are in any urban center, and you are eating and drinking water, you are putting yourself at risk because galamsey goes into the food and then it is brought to the cities for you to eat. So we found quite significant.
Well, already they can't treat our water.
Exactly. Okay, when it comes to the water systems, in fact, I have pictures of, I'm in Winneba. Every single day, senior members, community members are all drinking brown water consistently. today, yesterday, every day. And you see, the rich people can afford to dig their own wells, get their own, your friends say, solar energy, and do their own process plants in their house. You and I cannot do that. We have one Ghana, and they can afford to buy bottled water, Avian, etc. But we can't afford to do that. And that is what is making me very passionate about this advocacy. Okay. Continuing with that. So we found very significant levels. I wouldn't spend too much time. It has been projected. We saw exposure levels to be very significant. We found health risk levels also to be very significant. For a toxicant that is supposed to be
Are you still talking about the non-Galamsey areas, or now you're talking about?
Yeah, I have switched to the slides. Before I was expatiating on how if you are not in a Galamsey zone, you are still at risk.
That's right.
Because you source your food from areas, our food baskets where Galamsey is prone. So when the food comes, the crops uptake these toxicants and they stay in it. And the funny thing is that it bioaccumulates in you. The more, every time you are eating, it is the levels of these toxicants are building up in you. So that is the argument. And then for water systems, our processing plants have already failed us. In Winnipeg, where I work and live, we have never had clean water for only God knows how long. Since last year up to now, we have never had. All the water we drink is brown. And it is exposing children, school children, the next generation. So the argument here I am making is that Galamsey, for example, arsenic leaches into rivers, soils, and fish. Now, another thing too associated with that exposure is multiple. First, we have ingestion. You drink water, you eat contaminated food. Then also you have inhalation.
All right.
When dust that contains these toxic...
That's some 10 minutes and I need you to...
Yes, are breathed. It is also responsible for... it's also an exposure route. Then we have derma. This one is particularly important for our youth who are in the river bodies. Mining Galamsey, their skin is exposed to these toxicants and it can generate a lot of damage for them. So what we are calling for here is that we can see that there is an existential threat on the water that we drink. 2, the food that we eat, and even now the air that we are breathing. Article 31, Clause 9 of the Constitution says that when there is an existential threat to the life of the community, the president is mandated to use the legal tools of a state of emergency to help this. Now, I want to tie this in with the law. Just 1 second. You see, when a community is at risk, the president is supposed to address it. But when the operations of Galamsey involve armed operators, and a lot of Operation Hit, Operation Vanguard, all kinds of operations have come and gone. Now, the reason why a state of emergency is invoked, Samson, is that it gives the president the powers to be efficient, whilst protecting human rights.
Okay.
But if, for example, this campaign that is being rolled out, very soon you will see human rights infringements will come to the fore. That is because the current operations that has been deployed by the Minister of Interior, it operates under the normal tools of governance that the Constitution has given. So it is easy to trigger a human rights infringement. And when people bring it against you, they will succeed. Yep. So the framers of the Constitution foresaw this. That when, and you see, the state of emergency as defined by Article 31 does not call for the president to call for a nationwide state of emergency. Look at the hotspot areas.
Targeted.
targets them.
Okay. Thank you.
So that, please give me a second. So the advocate, what we are calling for is that a state of emergency will give the president a reprieve, the legal environment for the president to first of all halt the activities of these armed racketeers.
Right. Okay.
Then recovery, livelihood interventions can effectively be deployed.
All right.
I am happy about the fact that.
Thank you, Dr. Epo Enyuma Aka. Food science and
I want them so bad, me why she. Now me ex girl be number rest in the gym, say me friend crap no me come she. Go Facebook, crochet, girl see, so she just my promise say what can be booby. To get me put na me copy, get me do for no more fresh boy post. Jackie piam punya obeche, feel ya jai chiches. Jogging up for free no more yeah witches. Checking what's up, now me chow tickets. Breath yeah misses, now me try me kisses. Mwah. My she, my she. I want to see my she, my she, my she. I want to see my she. I'm in Chunentia, be from Asia. What's that to him? I am Jimensia. But you see, you'll be so Mesia. It's a breath, but don't mean Michelle Mesia.
Definitely, we want to set our priorities right. The priorities should be right. Now, you had a doctor and a scientist. They did a research, very in-depth research, and they've come across issues in regards to the illegal menace. Now, it's a dangerous toxins. Now, say, ahumine krani the inhalation, and also a problem. Emma Ghana for. So there's a lot more on the activity of illegal mining. So he's urging the president to immediately the hotspots where the Galamsey menace are being detected could end now. So they must do that. In the meantime, Erocha Ghana, in collaboration with 6 other civil society organizations in Ghana, plans to sue the government over illegal mining, commonly known as Galamsey. In the forest reserve, the coalition include Casa Ghana, Eco-Conscious Citizens, Tropenbos, Nature and Development Foundation, Civic Response, and also the Media Coalition Against Galamsey. The group is concerned about the destructive effort and the effect of mining activities in Ghana protected forests. They argue that the passage of the legislative instrument LI 2462 in 2020, which permits mining in forest reserve, has caused significant environment damages and also endangered the livelihood in many Ghanaians. Now, the emergency press briefing in Accra, Erocha Ghana, also Deputy National Director Dari Bosu stated that their primary goal is to secure an injunction to halt all mining and prospective activities in the forest reserve to protect the environment. The group is also challenging the legality of LI 2462, which they claim was enacted without the required physical impact assessment, violating the Public Financial Management Act. So the trending that Ghana arrests two in Walawele for stealing a lot. Enti Arocha Ghana and 6 other civil society are also putting up a petition to sue the government of Ghana International. They are saying, sir, the harmful situation in Ghana, our water bodies are being destroyed. The president made a pledge during the campaign tour, and it was emphatic and vociferously saying, sir, immediately they assume power, he would enact a law. Now, all the mining sectors which people are mining illegally, he will put those things on hold and make sure they will drive all those people away. Now, what are we seeing now? It is quite devastating, and it's aggravating day in, day out. Now, the president needs to do something drastically to make sure the issue of the environmental degradation will be protected. Now, the 6 or the 7 civil society or the organizations that are preparing to sue the government about human rights protection, the infringement of somebody's right, people who are vulnerable, the innocent people who don't know why we should be affected by somebody's negligence, and also the criminality that is being purported, people who take the law into their hands. We have kingpins who buy the machines, especially the excavators, to give it to the vulnerable people to go and mine illegally. And then they leave the lands that have been destroyed apart. And then you can see it creates a lot of environmental degradation. Now, the chemicals used to do the mining also bring a ripple effect. At the same time, it has ramifications in the long run. We are living in dangerous times, so the president needs to act now. In the meantime, we'll be moving on quickly, and then I will acknowledge my sponsors. Then we're going to have a chat. Let's listen to Daddy Lumba for this one.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
In the meantime, 5 more minutes to the top of the hour where we still want to take a critical look about the degradation of our forest reserve and the lands that we have acquired. In the meantime, we share and some scientists we are all living in danger. The ripple effect has serious damages. Let me quickly acknowledge my able body. And to Miss Sanu YouTube now wait to me I share my loved ones. In the meantime, Unity Link Financial Services Limited, 1699. Mobile money to major networks in Ghana. Cash pick up to 18 banks and all rap banks in Ghana. Airtime top up Unity Link Financial Services Limited. I don't pay. They happen to be our proud sponsor. And the payment was a pinnacle of education. Education is here. International students pursue degree, master's degree, and a lot. Somebody also to me after pinnacle of education. Education is here. On 0794715278. Pinnacle of education. Your education is intact. The pinnacle near universities are wood and the distribution kakran kakra akuko benum suo one soon up so good degree about body and fred pinnacle nyame wadom udi obi afi Ghana e ban srahwa and your tourism body and fred pinnacle am for education no before me church pinnacle ujina hopintin and a person cow say great news for you. The fast-paced money transfer, release your new enhanced FP transfer apps, And for convenience and peace of mind sending money back home, just download a fast-paced money transfer. Google Play Store and Apple Play Store. Sign up and you are good to go. You can also send money via fast-paced money transfer website or fastpacedtransfer.com. Competitive rates. Not an issue at all. Make sure that the loved ones are happy by using fast-paced money transfer payment platform. Pound fast-paced money transfer beyond remittances. And pay and so by Chidom. AJN and Co Limited and so a chartered accountant, business advisors, specialists in preparation, annual account bookkeeping, self-assessment, especially for Uber drivers. And AJN and Co Limited, which me from so follow taxes mount tema for 0163447049 0163447049 and 078830777742. And AJN and Co Limited, chartered accountant, business advisors, and pay and so eboy chidom. Yambonito na yanko na me kai also say Kwabena will be performing live this weekend. Now, it's 20 years experience in the music industry. Now, when Kwabena started his music career, I remember Kunte Hene was the man behind the success of Kwabena. In fact, he brought him into limelight. He supported him by giving him a collabo. And then later on, Kwabena did it gradually to get to the pinnacle. Now, Kwabena has spent 20 years live in the music industry with us. So let's listen to this one. Weekendy Ebeye Pinso. Dr. Rain is watching us live this morning. For those of you watching us live, Lisa Van Dyke. Lisa, how are you doing? Hope you're doing great this morning. And for my social media platform viewers, congratulations to all of you. I trust you, love you all for giving me this great opportunity for the vibrant viewing. And we acknowledge your response. And once again, we also share. Adeta is watching us live. And Kwabena over the weekend will be performing live alongside Ofuram Ponsa and will be giving a little assistance. Na Kofinti Helping Hands. Saturday the 11th of October 2025 from 9 p.m. to late at Dominion Center. That is where the place to be. It's going to be an action-packed. But grab your ticket at www.akwabauk.com. So Kwabena, in the meantime, will be performed live celebrating his 20-year experience in the miles industry of the music circles. Very indefatigable Kwabra Kwabna. In the meantime, Ida's shipping for Ebano say almost a special offers. Now free £3.65 per kilo. There no air freight and sea freight of £40. Ida's 4 Chapman was 65 Upton Forest Gate Echo 7 9 Premier Bravo 3180 Romford Road and more drums in box 6. They're also dealing airline ticket and money transfer. Arrivals air freight arrive in 2 days and sea freight arrive in 2 weeks. For Ida's was 079 473 61067 0203 976 0697 and on your Ida's shipping 0203 976 0697. Fatherly Visa Travel and Tours Worldwide, a band Visa airline ticketer, any British Airways Maureen free. Fatherly for you, Francis L. Finsbury Park on 079 39656111 0207 619 3843. And no a Fatherly Visa Travel and Tours 57 Stratgate Road, Finsbury Park, London, November 43, Echo Green. King P Shipping Door-to-Door Services Limited is also urging you this morning that King P Shipping and so is shipping services Omudi Akotele Papa. They care, we carry, we care, and we deliver. We move your goods with absolute care. Omechakwan Ewo Ferry Lane, North Raynham, England, Romeo Mother 39 Delta. Kinp shipping at gmail.com on 079 475 35572 079 475 35572 and you're Kinp shipping at gmail.com. More to come this morning as we're moving on quickly. And check, we'll be having a chat this morning. We're moving on quickly. Now, you move on. Hot Digital Online, Black History Month. Now, doctors, the Ghana Doctors and Dentists Association and the Ghana Nurses Association UK, Hot Digital Online in partnership with those two prestigious professionals. Now, we're having a Black History Month, which would coincide with our Health Awareness Day. In the I will say, we're going to talk about sickle cell anemia, prostate health, back knee pain, obesity, health, weight. And this time around, we're going to patronize this particular program to mark the occasion where we'll scrutinize a lot of things in our body system. And we talk about health stand, where we talk about diabetes, blood pressure, stroke, pelvic floor exercise. At 21 Pitchford Street, Stratford, Echo 15 to 4 Romeo Zebra. From 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. 0788036685 if you want to sponsor the program. Nobody so bet me a friend.
Oh, it's coming very soon. Oh, it's coming very soon.
In the meantime, local manufacturing company location Walthamstow 163-165 Walthamstow, London, close to the Nationwide Bank. Most of the product from Ghana, their own factory, especially sacks, bags of corn, cassava dough, corn flour, Ibrosam, kontomre, and konkonte, Hausa cocoa, and pure zomi. For 074-824-22505. 074-824-22505. A local manufacturing company location, Walthamstow. Jesus is coming very soon. Today is 14 degrees Celsius. It's partly sunny out there. Uncle Richard Michechi Anope. Only Mami Okuya, the politician. Mami Okuya Michechi Anope Utieti. Papa. Emmanuel Fashions and so and Kyle on a pace oh yeah program being open traditional outfitter like I said on bet me have a decorative come on 079-049-50636 and we Emmanuel Fashions and I'll pay a boy chidom Gifty Godson I don't know, for Clement of Diaspora Kitchen Restaurant and Bar. And then Diaspora Kitchen will be opening all the way in Enfield. Go there and have a special delicacies. Diane Papa Oho. Eddie Clement, Winga Bolebine. In the meantime, E&J Handyman, a carpentry works, door fixing, hanging fixing of kitchen wardrobes and wooden floors. But what they are first 074-324-02117. We're going to pause for reflection. Join the phoning section this morning. Those of you who have also joined me live this morning, we'll talk about Krobia Executive who's watching me live. We show some gratitude this morning to you watching me live on the social media platform. We're going to pause for reflection. So you do command pay quickly from now to destination time 11. So for assuming any software Sapong of CCBC will take over from 11 to midday. Yanko in 912 million Swano pay hot the guitar online. Hello,
Mr. Valentine. Nana mi send me chia Ghana for you now.
Thank you.
Eti President Mama Person try and say upon scientists. Near Mama King and I ever say and sassy. Kwalibu for so the abetu just say. Kidney diseases are who Ghana water so the abeka say woman yen so pompe man for. Inti continue catch and say a gold nation Ghana, Galamsey gold nation Ghana into 1 to 1 amount there, and they're now on yet leader because General Kutu a champon. Kutu a champon, a two small scale man, one Gilong, one Bobby Siada, or the farming queer a transform Ghana. Share dear a champon, yeah, Mammy Kaka Cruncho. A champon take you over, no say. Britain and America, Eddie, Ghana, the Omaka, and Tomo Bedge, no, so on Tria. Also on Tria, no, so on Tria, you knew Nishi, Omo Bande, Ghana, ye be and Quabe, be Omo Mayan loan, IMF, nothing. And a champion say a Dianin and Nipenny dear. We are saying we to be a year for. Or that the whole Ghana, every house a year for. We are not say we are for no one will ma, ye being so fear because the Biana went to Mianco, or be a year for son or die schools across Ghana. No school be a the farms into who say in the anime urban affiliate Ghana shall say you know and a Germany I hear some of the buses Ghana Abeton a champion so messy plant in the Ghana non say 5 years never Ghana I no force woman I no be new plan assembly plant Abrepa Junction Kumasi another one so echo friends Achimota and almost say produce Mavros, Osa, any other buses are a count. Ghana school at Palabiano, not champion the farming sika, a shadow north for bus free. And a Japan for also almost buy embassy Dustin plant or mechanical lodge, no produce Dustin. A champion the farming sika, SC, Dansuman. Estate, the largest estate in West Africa. Osan on one so Osan see Esuyabua Estate, Kumasi, Bokrom Estate, Ahensa Estate, a Kriayesi Kano this year. A champion and the Sensi Kumasi Sports Stadium. About the Maya under Commander Chairman, a champion. A champion the farming Sika at the Ghana Blaster Ecotra Brazil. 3 months. Odomo back in 1978. Winning Africa Cup of Nations. A champion the Kriayesika NAC Kumasi Technical Institute. A champion NOC Amofense Bokrom Secondary School and Omodiato Fiako be a champion the Kriayesika and or the builders Adiano. Needle and Cutlass Factory KCSC Eastern Regional. A champion the farming Sika NAC. In the largest coffee plantation in West Africa. A champion the farming Sika NAA. It is a president Mama to me catch and say with that galam says Sikano on to me and ye Ghana ye to Muntum Fences so now mouth one with ya they're not yet leader na I said look at Yaka or see school there and prepare Jimmy Medase.
Yo, I don't know. Let me say a telephone and the food, maybe brown pen food. Now, let me say, I'll pass you. It's nice. Now, we say Valentine's, as we can, I really annoyed me because can I say something? Yeah, and I may say, The Moromini Francis Newcron Gate, where to be you see it. Or say that we are not angry enough. We are not angry enough. Okay? A state of emergency, everything I hear. Nipa de we nipa. How you there on their body? What's our picture to be about? I like that. What we say your community be or how boys know how to be mobilized or most of them will be into Galamsey. So what will be fair? One would they go there and fight the people? And only a person who government the only be a question government a chrono say. Because one more interested in more African leaders in that they've shown that one more interested in their family. They're not there for the people. I have simple as ABC. It's for me, you know. Mrs. Sasson, Sahin for far sorry. Or he be or what Ghana, I also do or Dimo, Crony and Indian. What sorry say, oh, may I do Galamsey one, that's so I found on my way every day. I don't answer. The second point, and let me just read. I ever told me in Krabi, say, I'm in a tolerant or something like that. I say so because I'm in a Valentine, a commodity. I get in Krabinqua, and in Krubia, in a church. Now, the air people don't seem to get it to this. I don't think I said my cousin, I said, I make only Mingagino about Marcus and Mingagino, Miss Medini. But but it's all better to be not be used as English language, you're fluent in English language. It's just the way you should be. Again, and I mean, or buy a seminar or Francis Countino. Francis, your friends or buy because somehow tells me I don't support the Kufan. No, you actually. No, Valentine, already you should have records are there. It doesn't go nowhere. I go for the fact you're Fatima in this radio from 2011. It is an idea. I want to see another million support to Akufo-Addo. Okay, so be it. But I don't know. You go with the Obaya narrative. So you're seeing in Asadua an enemy here, and if you think I have to support him, then you to be nice. That's my last point. Valentine, that be my cousin. Say, you're not a software, no, a saboteur fracture. You won't be and you know, and they are so powerful. There's no problem. They said, your politicians are so powerful. I don't know what you call to, and say, you come in chromatic and I'm not your penny bidding come on. Well, I'm sorry, your friend Paul or something, or a communication director.
Okay.
Now, need some knock, it can be the baby makes sense, but I call a come in so grass. What would your friends say? A child park or you open you to them. Nobody be on where you be. That may be said. So, I say, you're the president and a baby leader. Open no issue than Bank one is inside. They have engineered a Yabra, work Galam change. A young point into the young solution, the young fans or two. Yeah. We can't live like this. So, opening of the Casa, on Casa MPP, the policies went by to be panicking. I know Nipa or so forth. Or so for no power me grand no or I'm coupon the man. Enjoy your Nipa like us. It's the Kikakos and your man on or we see a panic, and a Bonibia and a young old fan saying, Samita Fracture, yes, I'm here Kikako danger zone. Never with that.
Marcus, answer there no. What's up, you?
Good morning, Valentine.
Morning, Fred, you?
Yo, anope Michel Mao Aiko near Jumapa. If you know, dear, one mamma home and here make a crack. And why am I? Na say, Anka a YouTube at ye ya, order to ho Nanka Uvia, Sabenya that yenti okra ponoa. Nanka was so a mammy.
Program bound
a free
to me descending, don't worry.
Now, free last week, oh, mammy be it. Into no minim the air cosocra. So, into no, oh, yeah, Kaime.
Facebook crowd, now I've read the Nazi Hawaii.
Say me ya ba kokra kakra nti no ya menye ndi agro won koda no tentan na subio so yo mami nti ohene kase na ase yie papa sofo akwa David ohene kase na ase jatufo German burger nom obrempon kwa mepekam ne anuanom adofo mitia mu nyina oba ya nana abadikness dache hema mitia mo okay. I have the wholesome year pa Valentine. Say, Mitnasi na me share isusu na madri chere say. Said ya ura Akufo-Addo abayin. Ede education ekokudru ye. Na school yi osisi ye na STEM education, NATVET. Or fail schools no with sewing machine. for subjects yeah nkola yi betumi aye fashion etumi design nneoma ne ye pam mfididwuma ne ade a ye kano engineering ne ade ya o tuto ho machine de fill schools ahodo na nkola yi ani age na innovations eba no mo ye niema ye nyina ye bon semoma won age so ne ehu say Ghana enya future bia ye nkoda no omo ye talented pa o okay omo ni mo nioma ye na emom ye mpushi won ye say generations of talent na sebi enipa bi antiase emi ya say Ghana fo mpanyinifo a won ko school ye frɛ won professors and doctors etete nchen wo hu sa vision we see antiasia because se me kohwɛ sɛnea inniafo ne ade tete ho na mo ye oniema na ye pamontade de ba krom ha emi etumi nya bi tobi hye na kadache ebe Ghana ni akoda bia ani so ade sɛ onye adwuma bia ye sa ne yetua ne kabosome na nakatua aso ne die oti ase na nka ensase ne nsuo yi a sɛbe yada ne mmoa ne ye phone time no say bribia ma sɛbe nsuo a yebedia ma ya no aduane aboye sɛ ye kokra aduane ne nsuo no na nyansa bɛn ene wom mekra nkrofo we no mo say ene won koso genocide na ade a won ye no we no mo kra de say ye kire won bo adua bi ho ne bo won tuoko won they are killers omo ye rats omo ye te say minhu ade a mefa frɛ aban yi ye obteso ne nkrofo no a watiagu enwura mu so minhu air view of how Galamsey etumi a devastating assassination nsuo Valentine areho na ye president yi onamuriam da etu kwan koba enti ya ohunu na say ne pesa menkuminya no ne selfishness ne greediness no na ekoso ne say enseso ye hu bribia na all right I drew yo say Ghana for abesore san crofo we num and aban bi ba ya won orchestrate several coup attempts unya won baby with sharp teeth ya wanted to radio so hasi na won tugum na won de ani brese won koma ene won da so complain won koma
yati yenda so papa Fred enso de na nyame sha hello
Van.
Yeah, Francis Yentio.
Good morning, I copy Francis.
Good Francis Yentio.
Van, unmise yadam for Joe Awu again. Joe Forest Gate.
Joe Forest
Big Joe.
Big Joe.
Big Joe.
Oh. Ade.
Owunra.
Oh.
For Ghana.
Okoyari.
Masani ni picture mpo
Oh, okay. Ewo ye studio ha na.
The Big Joe owu East Lagos. That's where you are.
Okay. Oh,
Big Joe owu. Yamano Kondo. Yamano Nabusha for shed and Manu. Anyway. Van, let me say your chrono. Gradually, yeah, lawless country.
Okay.
Because we have a government. Oh, me, sometimes me kaza because look, we have a lot of people who call themselves professionals. But they're not former Attorney General. That is disgrace to Ghana. The guy was working for Ghana, acting on the behalf of the Ghana government. Now, Japa, that disgraceful Japa, di was so jamu, and Uheni Sylvia, or a very shambwa, and can you say, not near to the presidency. But we have a president who encouraged corruption, accept criminals. Because Japa is a criminal.
Why is he a criminal?
Because look at what he did in the army.
No court has said he's a criminal.
Look at what he did in the army. He was sacked from the army.
Criminal they had.
Yeah, if he was not criminal, then he was
don't go on that. You don't can don't.
So this guy can petition the IGP and the CID to invite our former Attorney General. Now all this CSO more Ghana, you know what? they all keep mute. Obia any comment about it. But look, they say because if Ghanaians think the way Ghana is being ruled now almost happy and they are comfortable. And right me on social media now, girl be or a nurse and the teachers almost soon. And I'm saying, who cares about their tears? I don't give a damn about what they are saying. And then let me go quickly to what the vice president said. And then woman be Kasai Misreno. Look at that woman, just was all the professor and the end they were the student teachers union as they what was the name? So you're more organizers and being there. Look, you met the lady. She said all what she gonna say. I'm gonna give you 3-bedroom house, this and that. She couldn't say. They didn't say anything. I feel we are now going to study it. You see how hypocritical Ghanaians are. Ghanaians are hypocrites. So you know what? We are hypocrites, and that is what we are getting from hypocrisy. Okay. Because Ghanaians, who say, Ghana was moving fast forward. Ghana, we could have the next 20 years in Ghana. You better baby. Say, as I back to another 30 years. Okay. Nana Miss Akai was coming a champion. Mbappe Fio or Dansuma, Unzo told 7,000 cities. 7,000 cities were a champion time. He was a military government. That's a civilian government. They believe in transparency. They can't do anything. They're only thinking about their pockets. Look, Ghana, we have to pray for God to change this government because this government is going to end us in the dish. In so Bibi Kasi ama Ghana.
Hello.
Yeah, do.
Kwame Peka into you.
Medasuni ane akonya. Benche di kamfoni na.
Okay.
And that lie enemy di nyonyo pa.
Lie.
The other line here juma 638 ma. My friend twice. I'm not complaining, Valentine. I'm just telling you if there's a problem.
So what is your problem? You have got a line. You will speak.
It is a problem about you twice now, man. I make sure that the view of line over so to out. Campaigner Igusu Gidigidia to elect who should lead NPP now. Nigeria say for now, no. I come up to say no, you want in the it means that the process no will be out here and it's working for everyone. So I'm here fisher. Niema who many anye home say and Kevin Taylor a campaign then Emma Kennedy Japan. Now many are coming say hono share who ye. And say Kufo Mudi Mochina NDC for na frame one to Omukasa no enyama. I am a party na NDC air campaign ama me say.
I have been campaigning my candidate. Who candidate?
We are in the same family.
Now I understand.
And we don't need NDC to campaign for any other party.
NDC can be a sympathizer to somebody. That one day you cannot force them.
But do you have a problem with somebody or your NDC campaigning for NPP family?
NPP football also are. To meet that will be a power and do so. Oh, David, we know and shed any alacrity. Intina me pesa ufi ho.
Many a million na me too for say. So what
the jano nganya na de msro.
Efutu oni say yem pesa e be wie na ye beti showdown be abebe because you see from the look of things now things have been very successful for everyone. Their campaign no the way I see it here. You wie na nyame ya don ye settle on one person. Yem pesa feel will be resilient. Oh, when I didn't cry, you were skewed against somebody. Yem pesa. And the masama ye can say there's no way Galamsey issue will be actually agree. Now we are penny na measure say conduct who ye. And check crown a chief justice here now or ye acting and the mama say why the chief justice. Tisana ye can no Numa said me say and the mama na Galamsey I hear worse. In fact, the distraction no ultimate fan to be here and Mahama. And young two and can so the Mahinisu Hushi more. or see mama so air fight a galamsey. So which is which? And I may say, so your opinion, one conductor whom you attract the anger of the people because the galamsey a Ghana, you know. Open you confuse here, all pass or cost in Africa Ghana. Yet, opinion open use in Ghana.
Okay.
And see your best, young penning for no. Say the bishop of Fumuna did ya, or ye team, Nayama who distraction no. To me, I want jinty. And now to make a towel, said the distraction echoes you. Ah, railway choir, yes, and in Tinanazu. Now to me, near when Nipa, Nadiana open, I say, who will be a common. Now, yes, oh, my name to be in Chinemo. Now, Sunny Econa. And you want to mean support in the DNA Ecosino because it will be a wolf. Send me a Cosina, Mamma, Shahano, and let to my friends and a friend, Francis. And now by an hour, we still maintain that stand fair. A year collective fight. Yana ye can no treasure a leadership. My this son is severally on this platform say, ever since Mohammed took over, what advice have you given him?
All right.
Is he showing leadership?
Yati.
Near Mama and you want to leadership. And how did you advise him? Oh, so bad, you are not honest enough. Won't mean to say, Mama can't fight a friend say, a can't away out your water. But who say he's failing every day, especially so for Sabre, who say, and yet you really like, you know, Kufonos is the only shot the shirts as the way, or more something you two galaxy. We are not afraid of anything. And the other message say, you shoot and kill me, young Fanny Ejuma.
Yeah, say, Papa, what's up? You tune young call the other line or so.
Yeah, good morning, Val.
Morning, about into one pay.
Yo, Michiami Yano man can think of Fred Kwame Nana Kwame or Brempom. Aqua David, Obia, Uncle Joe, Lee, on Incassi and Anan Quada, one to dear Fatchaman Yabuapaye. A man was for the sister, but that man and I may mam say, wa, Auntie Bini me barred in United. What they say, Marcus, Michiao, Paminia Bema. Mene won't come, the other may can say, Minia Bema. Uba Kumama, me mata say, Francis, and inside with me cassette yama, me mata. And I'm saying, Mamma, now walk one man on a whole president. Obechechi no nso no kura de nanka oyewu kuro mu ni menka se kufu ado ye boni amenka ada oyo untouchable oni na be criminal libel law free ho onu an ka se be citizen not spectator menumuti obe mama be kabrofo ano peyama abekam ketrema eja kufu ado do criticism o si yan criticize no want so do mama a wo ka se Dr. Bawumia Anya ma papa wo de ba wo de be chasing crofo wo YouTube ne internet so no ekufo don ka bi saada na mom nipa na wo be ko ama no de wa be ye president anya ma papa wanye no ma mi di nanim twitwi fam no ani de wanka ba ma mi ni mom no be ye tribal politics e be di ye MPP for atem na Kofi Francis say da bia tribal politics et wonya mo bia nkoka bia nchele no ami anka se na ni so ade a one de wo be ko ama. That is my worry.
Okay.
Et me na won ko me da so de odo me na bro but no credit ya ba akope me ko masama to so mi no ena Ghana ya da na kekechua enmonyama boye Ghana broko wa yesomu baby emfa na de lumba nyom odia wonyine mama ukesi adada me madoda wo ho a minim so besu dua pabi akombedi mi na se wo besu atenten hura bregu eye na do mama ni nuanu ma ye ya magana nurses teachers say yakachlemo Montie, Odio Nina, Wakajira, oh, we are so the ungrateful people. Papa will better teachers and nurses allowance him. No one no, Abaya Mamo, who could join himself with your solid. I catch him so me a flakadam. And the mother done a ho, when him so about Sudia Pebi, and come on demo. And then, as a full soldiers, not woman of America. More than $17,000. No, they are billboard, then the pizza does so. What do don't know home? Ama wa besudu ya pebi ama me komo demo and na waso atentenkuro and na watch my criminals eba Ghana and na ni nuanom ntafo aye to kotena wo mu guso ko on do amodo ye on so aye bregu e wiase so obi didi no ma obi tia wado kohwe wu a nkwa amfa ne nkohwe wuo ene mu bani ya mu yiye no ehwo asotwe na mu nya nti wogina wanyina mu adodo ho ama na nyini ene komude mu no wo so atentenkuro che criminals ba Ghana.
Okay.
There can say Patrick, many Marcus asem there ya twa obi fi say me no oba ya abeko na wo tu emi mi sro won tokwa me how did it ya bibia me timu o wo ye pa ba bia ye hu enti wo mpo no ye ma kwa ma wo bekasa me na ye ma me kwa ma me mema wo wu mu aye etu de ya beka mema wo mu aye ene galam say yi aproko Ghana ji e ready to go and then what we say medisi pacho galam say na medisi wo ho say what we say and then yan leadership na leadership na yan kan yan ti say pipi ni bia akoka say monyere mo hu tu and no cry the nyansa sem kese mambo mo maye break and now
all right
hello good morning Valentine
nana ain't you
na pemi chow no busa for my sister Baya office ya wakasa batampa ya mishra munya my sisters mona mokasama afufunya mo faso and our friend de me busa for my bekasenya chobia obia oti me bo fami chobia friend munya chobia our friend de unim say they say ye ka say ye wo nso until difficulty ewo Accra enye old Accra new Accra you Kwame Nkrumah time Accra I been bentama ni ade and then soon crane ho 1 month now almost Ghana water and provided so make I say 2016 na ye ma ye submissions now nkofo to me ko hospitals na so ba ko kranda ho nkofo the pure water and the echo na abate dware na twaye sun president nana ne bawumia ne MPP for mo ba won betwa saje next civil servants ye ntua mo ka 2 years one Asende ni yanu gusu president nana ne bawumia ne wo friend dey ne MPP fui omoba no betwe me say 2024 me angasa madam akachre bi aye ne ko school kachem say aba wave this when ye bibi akra fanka I friend na ya enyo ma akechia or say 30th next year tomka it told them 28 27 na osika ababeto mo ye omo mesi a month aban we yin ya ya be ka kire mo hwe and there nurses ni ade omo je kromo omo su na ye mare hu po won say omo NDC fa be gina TV so abeka kire mo say omo ye normally they are the most useless people only doctors now they teachers useless people in the country that can be found in the country. Meanwhile, yes, you chrome say COVID in the buy and yet your friendly day nurses you need teachers young from key workers. I mean who can say a private sector see dia yeah G20% more than 10 and G25% and the key workers. Abiding is not total by force and the money says affordable housing the part of a plan. What's an major planning permission? I'm a wait to planning permission. I'm a waste time. Now me deal coming in and then Mr. Mahama Pony say 4 million people and a day. To Galamsey. Mr. Mahama Punim say COVID, Russia-Ukraine war, and however all the economies of the world. What I said, Mr. Mahama Punim. Now what about the culture? Me say, Galamsey issues are you Ghana. and you want to meet President Nana and these are problems now. Now, dear Queen, I dream to say, what funny day, Tama Mr. Mahama, I set a blind eye towards Galamsey issues or how I near one Ghana. President Nana about me MPP for no buy. They in almost initiative initial ban on the what funny day license no your mom call you on they reclaimed all the lands now. I confounded to almost say I done debt trust. I must say assassin almost say I done debt trust. Okay. Reclaiming India. The almost restore roads needed to mining towns in India. Almost building courts. Any police police stations. So India was part of the plan and the best solving way. Immigration officers, environmental task force. Army officers, fire service, so what I say. Okay. Now the next step, no can say, I'm saying, Mama, for your own gym to make he took leadership. And no can say, make me presidency better so. And or didn't I mean see a pen of Samahama by just like he did for with the COVID, the COVID response, being Uncle Ghana. And President Mahama, Mr. Mahama, every general the car say, of any day, only drop back, Machio Magum, Obey, Obemo, to Obemo, my dead. What the general catcher is, only Mr. Mahama, who crap on me say, you were any day, on one bone, on Modena. President Nana took leadership into what bet you have a catcher and say, you want to meet President Nana and almost say, I'm a say Ghana, no, we are Ghana, say, well, Ghana, one Brian, say, Ibrahim Krapoka, one idea, connected, so, oh, yeah, mambo, you see, besides, say, then trade, you pay here, or the Otumika will be a creator, a developer. Or best send. Then say to no being here or where or be to me shot try to be so radio so.
Yeah, that's Nana, and that's Papa, and that's me, Nana, and so Edian, and yeah, that's it. Hello.
Hello, good morning, ma.
Yeah, Nana coming to you.
Nana coming from things on the permit shower. I hope so on every Sunday.
Yeah, I'll be on here.
Yo, Mrs. Tobai, Sister Daching, that witness, and then Nana, where you and money now, the charming your friend, or software academy, and then Joe, former Macana, many account account, and a very my students are Kwame, then a candidate, and no any enemy, I can pay a man, then you me there. I can't get me home. And then they say everyone is getting connected. Everyone in Ghana is so beautiful. And Kwalani, Penifoma, Meflo, Komaketa. It was beautiful. Me call Ghana and me say, hey, I never knew say you guys are just getting connected this way. Oh yeah, getting connected. Yeah. Do you know the secret? What we say if we ask him say, what do you there back? I didn't know what you know. Who say I must say that they are now no fain why oh yeah. I was so system with Janity. Now share. And you say, Dr. Mamian to me more mine. No. Bet me a woman perfect 10 years. You who need the piano. Okay, I say. Now a Kennedy supporters your concept in the same. We have tried academians. So what shall I mean the campaign message? We have tried academia. 3%, I was your cocoa. Yet the Jaffa. Yet the Jaffa, then you are not the Akodi, a friend, or the Akosia, 103%. Yes, I can see idea. Or fast phone. Okay, you could call, yeah, or that's it. Young fan could see our now, Faya, Kenya, Koton, near Yahoo. So that's exactly what Canadian Japan is going to do. Ghanaians, we are supposed to own Ghana. Only himself conform the prayer surprise say And you know, is this how rich your country is? What are you doing here? Even in England here.
Okay.
Wow. They say I never can't play with some Ghana. Wow. I brought for a good training room. India for. They are enjoying the wealth of our country. And I hear you here complaining. Why? Because you're a good manager. And this is the time my Canadian Japan already said he is going to manage our resources for us. It is not about going to conferences and this thing. No, it's about managing our resources. Johnny Free Ghana.
Okay.
I hope one enjoy your wealth. If you get connected, it is. I'm not saying Bamia is not good. No, he can rule the country fine as usual. But we want change, and the change is Ghanaians must own our own wealth. We have to control our own wealth. When we talk of millionaires, Ghanaians have to rise up. And yes, they are no ma baby Ghana, no ma $6 ni na. Let's see, they won't train. President Mahama, no one to put on in now, or you say investors. No, investors, no one be new me. You're a good manager. You're not able to invest. I'm a dollar, another cap for more. Okay. So what I say, and you know, everyone should get connected. A lot of people are getting connected, and the things who call all the regions are Canadian Japan everywhere. And looking at Jesse Kevin Taylor as well, also are getting connected. No, and the Kwame get connected.
All
Thank
right.
you.
What's up, you?
Good morning, Patrick.
Boko Patrick, you.
Oh, be can you make a crabby. Say, Nana, no more by say, NDC for you and Netiska. Okay, a bitica, government to a big about 18 months, isn't it? Okay, then. MP before I need people working and you know, money because Musomuko presenting because some presenting budget, early 2005 regarding the last budget from Kano. In the NDC for buying Oman Papa Bejamba 2000 March 2025, any budget that paperwork was not available. And a very updated budget on July. Now they enter papers. So all those people are standing a better in November budget, next month budget is satisfied that we pay them. I am and this phone channel allowance, the allowances were made there available and the allowance you can get. But on the balance sheet, and also on the budget, then the whole remuneration has to reflect a financial year, isn't it?
Okay.
In the financial budget, and I can say, cocoa prices now. I say a shortfall of 300. That 300 is taking care of, say, MPP government made a shortfall of that amount, of 300,000 tons. I did about 120,000 tons. A teacher supplied. And now to be too by, I can't say, inflation begin, by on your buying, you didn't buy to be economic, maybe. Or buying, he is the worst form of the candidate or the government. I call DDP. I make a say, and I have to call Brazil say, I call you say, why you for DDP? No, to buy say, I enter that. But Uncle play what Nanado said. Uncle Google what he said. The table I am found to claim when Ghana and him. She said, they have near Galamsino. That I'm Galamsino, Matissa MP for the map. You move beyond countries for 1 month. What we can do. Near stop putting in any government effort, Nanka, no government isn't partnership or the Zembra, not Ghana, Ghana. She said, it's your name, and yet me to be cross it. The class between you, BB, I miss you, and Yaban, man, I'm so planning. But a better idea be a couple to this company, and Uncle Toys have not poisoning. 1 year, what we had him did. We share before we am to was here, no selecting papa, on the river, still I remember in 30 years' time. Why? That's the
Mama, thank you.
Yo, Meda, I don't come as I don't come and do as a bad. Yo, principal, what kind of day?
Valentine, principal, Valentine, who you for me dinner?
I say.
How are you for me? Tell me Valentine. That's the principal.
Valentine.
Hey, Mama, tell them wala ebufusho.
I'm sorry, mathematical.
Oh, Mama, yeah. Okay, on your show, it happens. Or your oversight.
Francis told me that woman is a mad woman. What Brahma Kade, Garam say is serious than what Ukraine war. Of one Francis can't say, don't man that mad woman. Garam say, Sisiara, until Russia war is almost finished. Garam said, why seriously? The nyimpa kasa wo sunsuma ayi wente niye. Efi obaya sebeyin nara ote yaw de ebiri ye ne mami afoba na okede Marcus. Mami na be se na afoba na ore kan ho asama obebe sia owomba from pastor se mata afoba. Besia is not done Royal Snee. No, you. No kind of common common fumpo betu was shown. Ugana never in you. A baya can't a common common fun. A day too soon. Name him the papa and snee. Of Daniel. I do compare me. I do remember Mr. Time and a gun of folk. Well, grant, no matter for this, we were used to see. Our phone number is papa, Madame from a boarding school. When you go to Penningham, I don't know what Ghana, and I'm a thunderful. The Biara Bebre Trinity. Now I will breach it, I will feed that breaching in a pepe. And as it, my bad there, a buy adverse antimata. Man can't throw. As president, papa. Yan at that time and feed the noise CPP. Yan sister says, near Cassia or when Ankara, yeah, demonstration were high pack. Nothing any baby at the moon. Or son, because I did to me no, and I was from a safu. Now, some Makada says, oh, you try to do Mukuna, and you are Yakoba. There, you started to do Mukan, Masin Akoba. I'm a Robin Menu. So I want to what? And what I knew with that, and you the wedding for not the fancy, Papa Fancy. I'm funny person. I'm finished here.
We got one card there. Will be our politician. So when you meet this, auntie, don't on your way.
Now you pay bien. They be on so bad from her 20 years in Pono papers. I make me feel 4 bedrooms. Say, yeah, when you miss you, I'm better. Baby, I'm it.
On your matter, on your person. But no more can there.
You wasn't so for cancer, though I remember. Work was school, met train from her. And in Bezago.
Mamma, oye. Now walk at there.
You ask me in my day. Because I am a Tamasco boy.
And I mean, because naturally, one casano, you cannot harbor the occupational hazard because a catch him that you are a politician. To be fair, you will sweep these things under the carpet. But for you to respond, naturally,
has really pushed me.
No. Don't let anybody push you. You are a politician.
Everyone's been a mamma doya, but I'm for net a look at the nurses and my mouth, but that's all.
Copy TV nanum. Oye. Young call na into Hello.
Yeah, hello.
If only into you, uncle.
Yo, Valentano, Micha, no pay, Micha, Madamela. Yeah, Captain, yes, I am Doctor Obaya. I won't see so much son of Waham. When the between us shall was this a time. No, Micha also put it there, no fashion, and the million answer. Yedika, Mamma Yura, or Brimton, or Katichi, or Kukuruku, Dr. Mahmoud, Baunia, happy birthday.
Okay.
Doctor, a room the bar, obviously, let's say now, obviously, and you miss your band. Nay, Yadia, near the a Kunana so and become a commatoria. The Diacobu obeying himself. Any part, the only hope for Ghana to be. No, we may not Diana Bonia, when Daniel economy, and I put the guitar. Why? If you told me what is going on in this world, and you are saying someone has gone away from economy to digital, then my friend, you need to check your brains. I'm telling you. Because with that digital,
people don't know, so conscientize them. Lee, people don't know, so conscientize them. Don't let it be an abusive.
Digital economy.
So tell them, don't use abusive words. Tell them, educate the people. Educate the people.
You have arrogated to yourself from so many powers that we don't know where that power is coming from. I think you're the only learned person on this radio. But you come and speak rubbish all the time.
Abutre, Louis,
we can't take any sense from what you've been saying on the radio.
It shouldn't be personal invectives. Let's educate the people. Lee, listen to me.
Galamsey has no cost me. Mahama has been over $6 billion if you want to $9 to and you're going to go more. Now you know. Yeah, Papa, I don't want to me, yet the convention in start. Me 500 days. I am mining, whether small scale mining or whatever, I will ban all.
Okay.
Look at what is happening now. And then first, you know, what we see, I just need what, and then I can check the I can show. And now, when you go for the other town, we're brand Nanama Brown Cruce, our yet for boss. It's because we are going to decriminalize water. How can you decriminalize water? How? That is going to kill all the nutrients in. You're going to kill the potassium, you're going to kill the hydrogen, you're going to kill zinc, all of them. Not also, I give you a friend, the nanos, and other things will need for that. It is just a young person in Calampe.
Okay.
What they say, I'm looking and then report. I headmaster from secondary school. Almost say, a year mass creed science, you know. Yeah, because I ban it the gamma. Why? And Gracia, let us put the John car, fish put the John car. Queen is why I acquire stand. Near your swag yet, a pushy a minus one, and soon you can go. What kind of president are you? And I'm going to go and I mean, Muhammad, I'm going to stop what I'm saying. We don't want you. We want state of emergency now.
No.
We don't want to hear any rhetoric this thing from like the parrot coming from your mouth.
All right.
But I didn't hear who places here. Some more can you understand? Who could tell me any close road? And no more cat there. And the water region there, like a man for what was your power. Because of what I said, oh, a year. Wow. Next 10 years on 1 year, Obisu Water region. Now, also, Babe, Data Crack, and then over them foul. But they're getting nervy. Baby, I'm saying in the back. And can say, I didn't go. And yet, the here, don't human needs to trigger the state of emergency now. Who don't wait? I did that National Security Council for advice.
Lee, and I see. Dick is here too. You, what's where? I don't clap by into.
Yo, and it's your only office, Lee, and I'm happy that one so I'm. It's your honorable to the Sam local. It's your way now, my honorable. Wife, honorable. It's your way now. No, the first lady, Dr. Baya, that's in your manana. No, by Mr. was a Saba. It's your mammy matters, and what I mean, it is our audio on your radio.
Yeah.
Kaka me pada me kan yi de. Ehu de teacher ala no. Nurses for the teachers fee. Are they crying or crying day? Then I'm a father, maybe someone, nurses and teachers. Are they crying or crying day? Yaka, as someone know that the other Makamo will be the not one from Como, will be the not one from teachers and nurses. That's one. Then you went to Martinez here for 3 conservative, highly inflammable years. What's your one cow? Now, your papa, were you able to your one cow? Yama, when allowance to start up here, no, true baby. What's then? Allow for them. What can some, and when they tell the word is that. I am. And you know, you're Ghana for. What the one uncle made him now were a doctor, and I don't know when I'm on Batty Yakai. That my man and him for free. My man and him for free. Why, but to wear more bottles? Brody, nay, a pot of Brody, wild because, nay, your brother was Ghana. Your pot of Brody, wild because Tomantis will leave here. Nay, a the president, the papa, the vice president, the after once I call my life in a door, Mamma, do stop. And for what the devil, the dead woman for Kulu. You can't slow one. You begin a radio. Mamma, and some are quadri in Nana. I know my way in the year. I know my year to my say. You can't win here. It is now moving. Another one. It's a Megata one that 2028. The promised one, Psalm 25, the promised Psalm 35, 31, the promised one. 2028, because in January, no, I said you will come that the promised one. Yeah, Papa will be an order. Only you got what you want with Sayana order. It's in 2028, 80 years in our Wakada for Pastor. I want another way with that. Mama won't go. 2028. Young day campaign, and what you hear me. I'm a young minimum. Yes, I am a young press. I am a yellow for that. I'm a mala. A draw of side yellow for no. Oh, yeah, as for man, we never. I mean, sure. I was for you.
Medase, Mammy, and Chia, Namincha, with you for Namisra or Boadies, any DBM no. Say Ghana, a home to Kukudam. Esra Mosomombo, John Dramani Mahamani, a vice president in Hobai. Nini ministers, BBR, so welcome our pass or the or Pepa Esum or Mine Ghana, no, or Daroma, or Momo in income or number Mobai. South Mammy Sama or town from Nananum. It's in the Bessiha. Valentine, is it not ironic as all of a sudden, Yanuia, Moba, and Ekufado? Galamsey, Edinya na yeka mikrameka say, Ushe in Swagana fubi enum due to Galamsey. Enokrano, in Swa made a flashing me water closet no, in it was under Kufado, but some ran Romani Anyajuni. They didn't see say it was a fatal, it was a brutal canker on Ghanaians. Nafi and they, on person my Yasinina and Asako Kwaya won in the Crantias, say, Enya Galamsey. Edi Ghana, Sam Rino, Inina Eshasia within 9 months, Abusuman Kron, Mahama Bidia Diapena, Inina Shasia. Why are we being dishonest to ourselves? Are we, I don't know, whom are you trying to please? Because the political leader, and one money to me say, on for managing your resources prudently. And it's all yena enya, a dentipa na ebetimia say, unka, untimin, and we are non country and sepini, 2 minutes amaono, seni in a pesa odie. I think that I'm Muslim Kufaro na Muntiminka. Why? And then one person, yeah, I don't know. But anyway, and say it tells say now or more cano, they already realize say na enye, but no Musro, Omunia Kuma, Ubudimbe say they didn't have the balls to speak to power. Okay. To send any binana ye cano. And the endano or no John Mahama Abana or the Niemugua Quemua or ye near Madiabua sa Kankano. Still, most are airborne, but even on this platform, we can say, then all of a sudden turn around. But anyway, Valentine, Mahama, I don't know why he's delaying because he already acknowledged that the erstwhile administration, the Kufuor ni Bawumia Bai, they criminally managed the Ghana's economy. And see, what are you now doing to those criminals? It's too overdue. It's abroad because some of us don't even know. Say, are you also coming to protect the criminally managed economy? Now, then you are equally same as the criminal. Because if you are someone, you are a leader who wants to protect and shield criminals from justice now, then you are equally criminal.
Okay.
It is a Mahama ATM now. If he doesn't, because he acknowledged it. I didn't say it. He acknowledged that Ghana's economy was criminally managed by Akufo-Addo and Bawumia. So now you have the power. What are you doing to those criminals?
Okay, good.
Yes, I'm Sebe.
Yo, kakra meka ye mechia me mawache. Sabio omoka se sabio galam say here to say abe is damaging our image abroad.
Okay.
Visitors and tourists no banner. The message is getting to them. Say Ghana doesn't want it to come to holidays in Ghana, and I'm saying you grow na I say, Bibiara obedi no I say. Na bibia bedia sending nsuo no then the tourists and obakache se me bagana there will be a time will be bagana crocacho ma until we have to mindful no be super say oh I am for ultimately the responsibility lies with the government.
Okay.
Not I am could encourage their people not to do it, but the power lies in government. So one will take action. Say emergency action obakayi na ma obiati nti ya idea ehia papa galam saying no be say oh small scale mining, small large scale mining. What is the meaning of small scale mining? Because small scale mining we could tua mna no no mo wa hunu bia na wasa ko baby na wutua mna na wo ko na wo train
over the scholar bi na yempon etam ni yemfala scholar bi na yempon.
Okay.
Hello. Hello. Uncle Joe here. Uncle Joe. Hello. Oh, I'm saying. Uncle Joe. Hello. Hello. Oh, okay. I'm saying Uncle Joe time now. To me, here. Young cock so for assuming any CCB, sorry. Well, I was new to me found you because the time now. Until young cock so for I was CCBC. Sorry. Na young fat na me send do. China bet to us. China bet to us. Until your best wa friend into me found or China na ya to us. And that must one more friend and that must now. So be idea
Have you all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online. The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
Hot! You're booming your part. Hot! You're booming your part.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online. The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
Hot! You're booming your part. Hot!
Take Hot Digital Online Radio wherever you go. Download our Android app from the Google Play Store and our